A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to Global Online. And here we are with our preparation for NTA UGC NET examination, including JRF 2023. And as you all are aware that we have started our MCQ series. And in this MCQ series, we are ensuring that we are taking all the important topics, including your repeated questions, topics on questions on important topics. That's what we are going to do today. Most common questions which are expected questions as well as previous year question. And as you all know that today in this particular week we are completing the unit of teaching aptitude. Next week we'll start with research aptitude. So before we go ahead, there is an important announcement with respect to what quick revision PDF for paper 1. Now as you all know that day by day the days are coming nearby for examination. So we have brought up a quick revision PDF for paper 1. Now, what does this quick revision PDF consist of? It consists of 2000 plus MCQs. It is consisting of updated MCQs, current affairs, short notes, previous year questions, most repeated questions. You can avail this all at a minimum cost of ₹699. You can even get in touch with us on the given WhatsApp number. So for acquiring this quick revision PDF. At the same time, we have our global online app. You can go to the Google Play Store, download our app. You can see the revision crash course also over here. Now, this revision crash course will be consisting of all the units, unit-wise videos, as well as mock test, practice questions, MCQ questions are all available. So you can just make a use of it in order to get your examination cleared for this upcoming cycle. Now, let's start the session for the day. As you all know that we are a little bit practicing the time management skills. So it is very important for you to ensure that you are trying to answer the question with respect to time management. So it will be easier for you to ensure that this examination has a very important role with respect to time management. So make sure that when the question is reflected on the screen, you are very quick with the question. Okay. So yes, here comes question number 1. Question number 1 is listening is important for a teacher too. So what is the importance of listening for a teacher? Okay. So is it addressing the requirement of the learner to gain knowledge, to keep the learner in good humor, or to evaluate the learner for the progress made? So listening is very important for a teacher as one of the skill, but for following reasons, whether addressing the requirement, whether gaining the knowledge to keep the learner in good humor, or to evaluate the learner for the progress made. So here, with respect to the skill of listening, which is important for a teacher in order to address the requirement of a learner. So as you all know that every class, every learner has a lot of differences. We have the topic of individual differences. In order to handle the learners, it's very important for the teacher to address the requirement. And for that requirement, it is very important for the teacher to have the listening, that is listening as one of the important element in order to know and address the requirement of the learners. Now here we have question number 2 on the screen. So question number 2 is basically on the topic, what is the main objective of formative evaluation? So here we are talking about what? We are talking about formative evaluation. So what is the main objective? To promote the students to the next class, to enhance the students' learning, to enhance cooperation in class, or to understand the learning difficulties. So what we are talking about the main objective of formative evaluation. So as you know that we have studied this topic again and again and again. Formative evaluation topic is repeated. So in fact, the topic of evaluation should be very clear for you all. So the question talks about what is the main objective of formative evaluation. So the objective is to promote the students to the next class, to enhance the students' learning, to enhance the cooperation in the class, or to understand the learning difficulties. So basically, the main objective of the formative evaluation is to ensure that the students enhance the students' learning. So learning of the students is enhanced well. Okay. Coming to question number 3. Now, question number 3 is again on the same topic, but in a different form. So let's see. A teacher intends to find out the learning difficulties of students. So the learning difficulty of the student is the one of the main intention of the teacher. Okay. So which of the following can be used? Okay, whether it is summative test, whether it's formative test, whether it is performance test, or whether it is diagnostic test. So the question says that a teacher intends to find out the learning difficulties of the students. So which of the tests can be used? So in order to find out the difficulties, which test will be the appropriate test, whether it is summative, whether it is formative, whether it is performance, or whether it is diagnostic. So in order to find out the learning difficulties, the most appropriate test which will be used is called as diagnostic test. Okay. So in diagnostic test, learning difficulties are found out. At the same time, it helps the students to ensure that, students are improving with the remedial process also. Next, coming to question number 4. So question number 4 is basically on the topic student-centric classroom is meant for what? So here we are having, a question on student-centric classroom. So what is student-centric classroom meant for? What is the reason for student-centric classroom? To address the individual differences, to reduce the teacher-oriented lectures, to recall the previous knowledge, or to engage the entire class. So we are talking about what? We are talking about student-centric classroom, which is for what reasons? Addressing the individual differences, reducing the teacher-oriented lectures, recalling the previous knowledge, or engaging the entire class. So yes, student-centric classroom is basically meant for what? Is meant for addressing the individual difference. The main aim of student-centric classroom is to address the individual differences. Okay. Coming to the next question is about teaching aids. Okay, so let's see what it is talking about teaching aids. So the following teaching aids can be used by a teacher in the classroom as a live interactive device. So here it is talking about live interaction as a part of your classroom. So what basically is a form of live interactive device, whether it's email, whether it is Skype, whether it's online chat, teleconferencing, Facebook, or blog. So these are the options given to you. And from these options, you have to take those teaching aids that can be used by a teacher in the classroom as a live interactive device, okay, for interaction. So the live interactive device includes what? Whether it is an email, whether it is a Skype, whether it is online chat, whether it is the teleconferencing, whether it is Facebook or blog. So in that case, yes, the live interactive. Okay, when we are talking about the live interaction, so it will include the following options. That is Skype, yes. Online chat, yes. And the option of teleconferencing. Email, Facebook, and blog are definitely, digital, but they are not the live interactive devices. Is it clear? Coming to question number 6. Now, yes, this again is one of the favorite topic of UGC NET, wherein we are getting questions on what? We are getting questions on, the levels of teaching. So whether, which level of teaching, on various levels, the questions are given. But this is one of the very bonus question. So everyone definitely should get 100 out of 100 in this question. In which level of teaching lower level learning outcomes get focused? So whether it is a memory level, whether it is understanding level, whether it is reflective level, or whether it is autonomous development level. So which type of teaching, which type of teaching indicates the lower level learning outcomes, or where the lower level learning outcomes get focused. So whether it is memory, whether it is understanding, whether it's reflective and autonomous. So we have done all these levels, in fact, in yesterday's class itself. So you should definitely be ready with this answer. So when we are talking about the level of teaching, so the level which has the lower outcome is basically called as what? It is called as memory level. So it is the one which is focusing on the lower level of teaching. Okay. Now, coming next is to the competencies. So here, as you know, on this also nowadays, there are a lot of questions coming with reference to skills. Okay. So from the list given below, you have to identify those skills or competencies of an effective teacher which relate to the domain of personality and attitude. So which of these options, I mean to say, which of these given options relates to domain of personality and attitude, whether it is locus of control, whether it is communicating, whether it is managing, whether it is self-efficiency, or efficacy, you can call it as one and the same. Teacher enthusiasm or being organized and orderly. So these are the competencies which are given. Now you have to identify the competencies which talks about effective teacher to the domain of personality and attitude. So yes, from the given options, as I said, you have to be quick because we are taking into consideration the things with respect to time management. So with respect to the competencies of effective teacher, so the domains which are related to personality and attitude are locus of control. Now, what is the meaning of locus of control? It is nothing but the degree to which the teacher attribute the cause of students' behavioral outcomes. It means it is a control mechanism. Okay. Then next is the self-efficacy and the next is the teacher enthusiasm. These are the qualities which are related to the personality and attitude of effective teacher, to make an effective teacher. Okay. Coming to question number 8. Now in yesterday's class, we did a question on dialogic discourse. Today also we are having the same type of question, but the question is completely different. Here they are talking about teaching methods, which are called as dialogic. Okay. So whether it is demonstration method of teaching, problem solving method of teaching, chalk and talk method of teaching, team teaching based method, interactive presentation or tutorials. So which includes the method of, method which is called as dialogic. So whether it is demonstration, whether it is problem solving, whether it is chalk and talk, whether it is team teaching, interactive, or whether it is tutorials. So from the given option, the one which stands to be dialogic is, that is problem solving. Yes, it is like two-way, as I said. Okay, it is the next is the team teaching. Yes, and then we have, the next is the interactive presentation, and next we have is tutorial. So interactive presentation, tutorial, and problem solving, they are a part of what? They are a part of dialogic, okay, method, that is two-way communication method. Coming to question number 9, everyone. Again, we have a question on evaluation. See, this type of questions are very common nowadays. So you need to definitely work on well on these topics. So which of the following evaluation system belongs to the category of being innovative practices? So you're supposed to talk about what? You're supposed to talk about innovative practices. Either it is semesterized examination, either it is performance evaluation, either it is portfolio-based evaluation, or whether it is learning outcome-based evaluation. We are talking about what? We are talking about the evaluation system which belongs to the category of innovative practice. So among the given list, which comes under innovative practice. So yes, when we talk about innovative practice, so it is none other than learning outcome-based evaluation. So whereas depending upon, the scenario, depending upon the era, we are talking about what? We are always talking about the learning outcomes. Those are evaluation based. Now, next is next question which we have is non-traditional teaching. We are talking about what? We are talking about non-traditional teaching and learning strategies, which lays emphasis on what? Okay. Here we are talking about non-traditional teaching and learning strategies, which lays emphasis on students-based resource material and standards, developing skills, attitude, and value, promoting in-box thinking, lecture-based model, acquiring knowledge necessary to respond creatively. So which is non? See, please remember the question, the keyword of the question is non-traditional teaching, which does not comes under the method of traditional. It is something which is non-traditional. So from the given list, which comes under non-traditional is the students' need-based material. Yes, because it will be changing, as per the changing time. Then we have the attitude, the values, which are, for developing the skills. And then we have the knowledge necessary to respond creatively. So this is what we comes under your non-traditional teaching. Now, which of the following is a key effective teaching behavior? So they have given certain behaviors, 4 options they have given, and now you have to pick up as effective behavior. So let's see what are these options. Teacher mediated dialogue, which helps learner restructure what is being learned. Eliciting clarification of an answer given by students. Soliciting additional information about a response of students. Promoting low error rate, that is high success. to increase the level of students' self-esteem and positive attitude. So we are talking about what? We are talking about the following effective teaching behavior, key to the effective teaching behavior. So basically teacher mediated dialogues, which are, which are basically with reference to what? With reference to the learner's restructure, what is being learned. Okay. Secondly, it is talking about the clarification on answers given by the student. Thirdly, it is talking about soliciting additional information and then increasing the levels of students' self-esteem. So yes, which is the following is the effective teaching behavior. So from the given option, yes, the one which stands under effective teaching behavior is promoting the low error rate, that is increasing the level of self-esteem and positive attitude. Fine. Now, coming to question number 12. Now, question number 12 is based on what? Which of the following modes of an assessment, the potential for increasing intrinsic motivation is optimum? So first, you have to understand the question very well. Intrinsic motivation, it means the motivation comes within, from the self. Okay. So which of the following modes of assessment, okay, is important for increasing the intrinsic motivation? Whether it is formative assessment, whether it is computer testing assessment, whether it is summative assessment, or whether it is norm reference-based testing. So from the given list, we have to talk about what? We have to talk about the following modes of assessment for increasing intrinsic motivation. So the one which comes under the intrinsic motivation is the formative-based evaluation. So it is talking about what? It is talking about the formative evaluation, which is a part of what? Your intrinsic motivation level. Okay. Yes. Now coming to the next question is question number 13, everyone. So question number 13 is basically talking about what? So let's see what is question number 13 is all about. Which of the following sequence? So they have given certain sequence. Okay. Now in this sequences, you have to find out outcome-based curriculum, which is designed for college level teaching. So here you have to ensure that the outcome is, impactful for college level teaching. So whether it is content, teaching, learning outcome, evaluation, desired learning outcome, content, teaching, learning, assessment and evaluation, teaching, learning, content, learning outcome, assessment and evaluation, or content, learning outcome, desired, teaching, learning, evaluation and assessment. So you have to find out the right sequence for college level teaching programs. Okay. So let's see for college level teaching program, which comes as the right sequence. So the option number 2, that is desired learning outcomes. Okay. Content, teaching, learning, assessment and evaluation are the one which comes under what? Which comes under your college level teaching programs. Fine. Now, coming to question number 14. Now, question number 14 is for encouraging learning to learn. The emphasis on which of the following must be appropriate? So when we are talking about encouraging learning to learn, the emphasis of which of the following should be most appropriate? Use of educational technology, organizing teaching to increase opportunity, assigning tasks to be mastered by students, or frequent tests to be conducted. So now we are talking about what? We are talking about encouraging learning to learn. The emphasis on which of the following should be more appropriate? So if we want learning to learn, which should be more appropriate? It should be organizing teaching to increase the opportunity for the transfer of learning. See, learning to learn, no? So learning to learn, definitely what should happen over here? There should be transfer of learning. Okay. Now, yes, coming to question number 15, everyone. Now, what is question number 15 all about? So question 15 is, in a group setting, which of the following factors hinder creativity of its member? So when we are talking about a group setting, which of the following factors hinders the creativity? That is, norm to maintain conscience at any cost, to think without any fear of being ridiculed, to respect one another idea, to criticize if somebody's idea is not correct. So from this given, which will hinder the creativity of its member? Which will talk about what? Factors hindering creativity of its member. So for creativity, yes, the one which will hinder the creativity is the option D, to criticize. So criticize someone is definitely not, it's an obstacle. And to the norm to, to maintain conscience at any cost. This will again impact what? It will hinder the creativity. Now, coming to question number 16. Now, question number 16 is on which of the following factors. So they have given some factors. Okay. Now they are saying that which of the following factors does not contribute to learning mathematical concepts. See, they have given you some factors. Okay. And they are saying that these factors do not contribute. See, read the question. It does not contribute to learning. So is it real life events? It is assessing the existing mathematical knowledge. Is it teaching mathematics, or is it narrating the life experiences? So which does not comes under the factors that are contributing to does not contribute to learning mathematical concepts. So from the given list, yes, the one that is teaching mathematics and history together is the one which does not contribute to what? Does not contribute to learning mathematical concepts. Fine? Yes. Question number 17, everyone. Now, academic performance of students is determined by what? So when we have academic performance of the students, on what factors it is, it is determined. Whether it is determined on intelligence, motivation, physics, or gender. So what are the parameters on which the academic performance of the students is determined? Is it intelligence? Is it motivation? Is it physics? Or is it gender? So obviously, this is very generic question. Should not go wrong. Such questions can also be a part, but you should be very alert. So what is the parameter on which there will be academic performance will be determined? It will be only intelligence and it will be motivation. Physics and gender is not a right option. In fact, it is, it is talking about unfair attitude of giving, importance to these factors. Then next we have is question number 18. So where we have match the following, where we have the disabilities and we have the meaning for those disabilities. Okay. So let's see what is, what are they? So dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, ADHD. So these are the given options. Difficulty in doing mathematics, in reading, in writing, or in concentrating. So it's again when I taught you the theory class, I have taken this disabilities, learning disabilities, and made you teach that. So let's see how it goes. So we are talking about dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and ADHD. So yes, coming to the right answer. Now, what is first of all this ADHD? It is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Okay, which, which can contribute to any child's self-esteem, a troubled relationship, or it is basically, difficulty at school or work. Okay. So in that sense, what is the correct order? So let's see the correct order. So dyslexia, it talks about what dyslexia? It is basically, it's talking about your, yes, option number C here. Basically, the option is, you may have difficulty in understanding this. We'll just, okay. Dyslexia, so basically it is reading difficulty. Dysgraphia, it is in writing. Calculatia is in mathematics. And ADHD is difficulty in concentrating. Okay, so these are the, this is the exact, this little bit of, the numbering when sequencing went wrong. But I have told you the right answers. Okay, so it will be difficult for you to understand. Yes. Coming to question number 19 now, everyone. A college teacher conducts a quiz session with a view to accelerate the motivation of the students, that is participation. So which type of evaluation is important to accelerate the motivation of the students? So in order to accelerate the motivation of the students, whether it is summative, whether it is criterion based, or whether it is formative evaluation, or it is diagnostic. So which of the, means according to the quiz session, which evaluation will be perfect? So whether it is summative, criterion, formative, or diagnostic. So yes, based on the following factors, the one which plays an important part for evaluation is formative. So formative is the one where your motivation for the participation is important. Okay. Now, coming to the last question of the day. Yes, as you know that we are targeting 20 questions. At the same time, on Sunday, we'll be targeting 15 questions. So on an average, you are completing more than 150 questions in a week for a topic. So this will really give you a lot of amount of practice. So stay tuned, ensure that you're watching the videos very well and preparing well. So let's come to question number 20. Which among the following is not an alternative to traditional assessment? So which is not an alternative to traditional assessment? Multiple choice question, performance test, portfolios, or exhibition. It's not an alternative, not. See the question, read it very properly. So yes, the one which is not an alternative to the traditional assessment is called as multiple choice question. So this is, it's not an alternative to traditional assessment. Fine. So yes, all those who are looking for paper 2 study material. So these are the following subjects which are available for paper 2. You can get in touch with us on these WhatsApp number. Paper 2 basically will ensure that you have the package of 1600 as the price, but you have a 20% off. So it will be going for 1280. So you can get in touch with us for the paper 2 materials. And yes, that's all for the day. We'll meet tomorrow again with 20 set of questions to be done. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day ahead and keep studying and keep aiming at clearing your examination for this particular cycle. Thank you, everyone.